Greetings, greetings, all divine beings. It is WitchyPoo coming back to you with another video. And if you are feeling kind, please subscribe. It is the magic witching hour at this time. I hope everybody slept peacefully. I hope everybody dreamt bountifully. And as we begin and start the reading, just kind of let your mind flow. If you fall asleep, that's even better. I'm doing my job here on the YouTube channel. All right, so I'm making my subscribers comfortable. And I think we've got everything. I want to do one more thing. Okay. I'm not sure how we got here, but just 1 second, please. I'm like trying to put on something and I got completely I like ended up on a different page. I don't know what that meant. So we're at the 528 hertz right now, in case anybody's wanting to know. All right, guys, thank you for your patience at this time. Trying to make sure that I got everything right so you can at least hear a little bit. So that's what we're going to do now. So the 528 hertz equals the number 6 when we break it all the way down. We're going to do the chakra star system alignment for both signs. So what we're going to start with is Aries first. It is 7 cards, and then we just go from there on each one from the root, from the throat chakra, from the root chakra all the way down to the throat, okay, or however you want to do it backwards. But we're going to start with the crown chakra all the way up to the root. Crown chakra all the way up to the root. I am not perfect, forgive me, but we're here, Poos. I think we're ready to begin. We're going to start with Aries first. Draw 7 cards to see what you are needing to be in alignment with. I thank you again. Please turn your notifications on, friends. Tonight is Friday, and you know what we do then. Every Friday, I give all 12 signs to give you an insight on the horoscope of what's coming up, what's next, and what's around. All right, here we go. Aries, could you align us in the stars to help us see what needs to be accomplished? Throat chakra, heart chakra, sacral. If you can imagine this going up in a straight line, please. The heart, the throat, your third eye, and your crown chakra. So for the first, we are going to start with the throat. The question that is being asked is how to guard against negative thoughts. Accountability is the first way to get this done. Accountability is not something that feels good, but you have the strength to understand why it needs to happen. Tell us more. how to guard against negative thoughts. How to guard against negative thoughts. The first thing you need to realize is the codes in nature. There are such things as miracles. The next thing that needs to be of concern is your legacy. What are you speaking that you want more of? The final part is to create. The accountability really starts with you as the base, Aries. You have a lot of creative energy, but you don't have the time to make. You have a lot of creative energy, but you're not taking the time to you're not taking the time to see the material and what you could do. There's a lot of things that you're hiding from the world, including speaking positive to you. Ooh, ooh. You can conjure negativity, you can conjure positivity. The problem with conjuring in general is that you have to be ready. You have to be ready to speak up, and you have to be ready to guard your mouth off of negative tongues. See, this is what happens in the codes of nature. Either we plant and grow, or we go and buy some to get help to breathe and see more. Either way it goes, plants are needed for the earth, trees too, for you to breathe and for you to see the true miracle. What is in the Bible, or the tree of life, or whatever it is, I forgot. It always involves some sort of tree that's standing. And in order to create, in order to get all of these things aligned for you today with the throat chakra, Aries, you've got to evolve. You've got to not wait to want to see yourself evolving. You have to know that your conscious is the collective, and this is the only way to get this done, is accountability. At this time, we're moving to the heart chakra. This is union. This is the Gemini card and the lovers. The only thing that I see is that love needs to be in a shared effort, and this is in the present moment. The question is for the heart, how to emphasize a sense of purity, innocence, and magnetism. How to emphasize a sense of purity, innocence, and magnetism. ꪻᴗꫝ꫗ is, what is love? What do you define love as to be? Is it literally a 4-letter word? Or is it just something that's romantic that you can connect with to see the light in whole honesty? See, we always want union in the present moment. We always want to be with somebody that we can share moments with. But the spirit, the essence, the vision, and the bliss has to be a part of it. See, how you're going to get some sort of innocence, magnetism, and sense of purity is to act how you would want to be treated, literally. I don't think you hear me, Aries. The spirit is not planning the movements. It's letting everything uploading and be attracted to you. But what are you giving people to be attracted to? The essence in you, Aries, has to come through as some sort of royalty. And it has to be through the sun and the moon, just like it sets for you. I need you to also see with Nana Baruku, there's a specific older woman that has to let, I don't know if it's her or the physical thing that's going on with the opposite person who an Aries may be listening to. But you can't worry about this woman not wanting to embrace or give love to you. She has lived her life. She has done what she needed and wanted to do. This is one thing that's going to help you guard some sort of purity and sense, is to let go of the daggers that this old woman, this elderly woman have said. Because see, this is not who you are, Aries, not one bit. It may be your grandmother. It may be your mother. But Nana Baruku is the mother of the Orishas, so here's some wisdom. You don't hold on to the things that you were taught in your peripheral vision. These people raised you. They showed you the light. They showed you the dark. I hope, right? And you were to take your own path thus forward. The moon is here because you have to work with your heart in this instance, in the present. The heart has a lot of dark and light to have understanding, but the magnetism you want to attract, it has to be not for anyone but yourself. You can go against the grain all you want, but you've got to put a little bit more trust into yourself rather than what you were taught. In the present moment, it may be hard to let that go, especially if there's a woman involved. This is what you need at this time to understand the sense of purity, innocence, and magnetism to come your way, Aries. The next card is the Sacral. This is connect. The Sacral is how to let love and compassion radiate from within. How to let love and compassion radiate within. The base is you have to connect with somebody besides your imaginary friends. You have to connect with somebody outside of yourself, even if it's the dual part, okay? Because in connecting with whoever you are, then this opens up some sort of new gateway for love. How? How can you let love radiate with compassion? You've got to open up. A lot of people are afraid and burnt, and all they have is their pet because people have done them wrong. But not every single person on this planet has this agenda. That's the gateway that you need to have an understanding with in your heart sense. There's somebody waiting for each and every single one of us, even if you're married, because there's two partners for every person. Everybody is attracted to someone. Everybody. So get the thought out of your head that you're not worth anything or you can't get some sort of gateway to happen here. Aries, the love has to start with you really opening up, and not just to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but to the ones you truly want to connect with. It's so it's so hard right now in the battle of the emotion, because the Chariot wants us to see that in the European deck, the obstacle. But here, you have to accept some sort of emotion, but you're equipped with the armory to handle it. If you can accept the emotion that people are going to give up on you and don't expect nothing else, people are going to disappoint you even when you are your best, then you'll understand that it's not about the people, but it's always about yourself. You can't give up and move forward here until you go into some solitude of understanding self. We all are hateful. We all are put in love. We all have different versions of ourselves. It's just how far are you going in the dark? Are you able to turn around and see? And Charita is here. This is the Hermit card, okay? Everything in life has to be no harm, no foul. Everybody has a problem with somebody, but how long are you going to let that keep you down, right? I need you to see one thing before I head out here. If you can truly do what you want, how can you be stuck in some sort of darkness? And not in a sense what you want where you're hurting someone. It's how you're having more compassion to radiate with love. Moving on to the solar. The solar. What to do to regulate the primal needs in order? How can we maintain our health? Give us more. What to do to regulate primal needs in order to maintain our health? Well, this is how we transcend Aries to the next level. Here we go. I think you need to see that health, Aries, you know I'm starting with the devil. Hear me out. Your health is a part of something that needs to be seduced, right? You have to seduce yourself to feel good. You've got to seduce yourself to not be trapped by things that are processed foods. Like, we can't get away from it, right? But, oh, no, you don't. Oh, 1 second. Okay, I thought I had a commercial. Sorry. Clear me up. Sorry. I'm back. But in the seduction on how we are trying to get ourselves into better health, it starts with really getting things in order that are devilish vices that you love. Yeah, for me, witchy, well, yeah, we know nothing about you, baby. Crumbs in the bed constantly, right? My husband just sits there and watches. So there has to be something. Oh, he's a part, but there has to be something that you stop, okay? There has to be something to get yourself in better health where you can see the balance before it gets too bad. This is the Justice card. Libra energy is here. To stop that, I want you to see the clarity in getting yourself healthy, whether it's just for going for a walk after every meal. What's interesting is that you have denied. There's somebody that's denying some health results. They're denying something at this moment. Please, please. Something just fell. Something just fell in the room. I gotta bust out my babies. Help, help, help. Aries, thank you, spirits. There is no one else like you, I promise. I need you to see where you are, Aries, in the tower, okay? This just came through, and I'm trying to just move forward, and I got to pick up the pieces. Aries, you can't avoid things getting wrong with you as you get older. But what you can do is come to your rescue in a faster momentum, okay? With the protection of armor, understanding that this is not the end of life, whether you're sick or not. If you could get to the fact that you can't avoid things when it comes to your health, you're going to be better off. That is for Aries and Aquarius at this time. This is what's going to balance out some clarity in your mind. It's going to help you think. Dasapta is also going to help you have some sort of need to maintain, because you have a lot of hard balancing energy. And when I say hard, you're helping. You help people that you don't even realize. So it's time to help yourself in this time. Excuse me, stop avoiding going to get stuff checked out when you are not feeling right. Because the balance that's really here eventually will cause chaos. And there's a thin line. There's a thin line between chaos and balance. So be gentle with yourself at all times, just like a child. To move forward in the route we are getting through this thing, what to do to relax tension in order to reduce karma. What to do to relax tension to avoid karma in a world full of entanglements. What to do to relax tension in order to reduce karma. The truth is not only being illuminated to you at this time, but it's all about how you see me, how you see yourself, and how you see other people around. We listen to a lot of different people on this good old thing we call the intranet. But the truth is, when it comes to our heart, we don't have a fucking clue what we're doing. Right now, you have to pay attention to pure intentions for everything. The next few people that come your way, that's the base. You got to read their heart. You got to read their energy. See, you can be easy to express positive. We just don't choose to do it because we're so used to the negative. But your aura is what's going to help you see that your tension is only how you are feeling. I tell my baby every day or every time she gets out the car before practice, be in a good mood, be beautiful and in good spirits. Why? Because you are what you attract. And it's just as simple as fucking that. The better version of yourself is a person who wants to achieve more. But you're so stuck in karmic negativity that we don't see that Ososi, like nature is going to help us. Even when we're upset at the job, take a 5-minute beat. Get out the building. Nature is something that produces symbols and signs every time. You might walk outside and take that break and somebody might say, hey, you looking for a job? There's direct energy that's surrounding you day and night. And the hangman is here, Quadamara, to see this is your initiation time. You're being initiated right now to not only captivate karmic bad things around, trap them where they are, but to remind you there is a reward in being calm. Every point doesn't have to be proven. Every battle is not your fight. Let karmic help. Let karma help these retributions. We got 2 more and I'm moving on to Taurus. We are now with Arun and we are finally in the 3rd eye. Third eye. Joy and light. The only way to get joy and light through this time is understanding that how to induce visions of the past, present, and future. How to induce visions of the past, present, and future. Msyaye is here. Thank you, spirits. First, it's realizing you're a star seed of some sort. To the darkness we were born, to the darkness we will go. And then in that instance, you'll come to the conclusion and understanding that you are always able to rebuild yourself. You are always able to see that you are not a part of this world and you've got to give more flowers. That's how you open up that 3rd eye. Understanding the visions that you have are an alchemist's side, on an alchemist side. You have choices to think, you have choices to breathe, you have choices to be calm in negative energy. But it's really seeing that the 3rd eye is being an alchemist, creating, and most of all, being calm with grace and understanding. Osanyam is here because you can create change through your vibration. Yes, yes, yes. You can create so much change through your vibration just by understanding you've got to give yourself more grace in the mindset. If you can lay off the tap water that's killing you, my friends. The final card, we are here with the crown. Strive to fully realize the divinity within. Oh, that only starts with your heart. That's the blueprint. Realizing the divinity within. That's how we win. The divinity within is always with some sort of unconditional love. I'm not telling you to go around and just be kind to everyone because they don't deserve, right? And then they'll say, oh, she's stuck up, he's stuck up. You damn right, boy, girl. Not everybody deserves your words. So this is the heart that you have to use, your heart and not your mind. SWV at this time. Yahweh, enchantment, adagio, karma. In order to find the divinity within, we have to celebrate more. And it doesn't have to be alcoholic stuff around. It's just about raising the motherfucking vibration, whomever you're around. The only thing that you can do is to understand that, yes, we have karmic debt that's good and bad that comes through. But it's about what you're doing to have it attracted to you. It's not about being somebody that you're not. It's truly about realizing the balance between what you do that's good and what you do that's bad. This is something that's going to go universal for all sides, but understanding that this is the universe speaking to you at this time. This is pure guidance from the other side. Taurus. We are doing a star chakra alignment. At this time, please turn your notifications off for the Friday Night Live. Don't know what time, but you will see me, I promise, guys. Right now, Orunmila and Mami Wata is here. You are in a connection with a memory from the past life, whoever may hear this in the moment. This is a sign of fertility, and whether you're pregnant or it's a new thing that's happening, ꫻ᴲ is all around. ꫲᴲ is all around. This is a call for action for you at this time to see that you have the power to not only get rid of old memories, but to become a better version of who you are. You can play Crisis by Bob Marley as you get ready this rising. Realize that this is a working industry. We are not here for the benefit of anybody, but the people who don't need it. It's time to wake up and rise in your own power, to understand, to have better attraction come to you in every way, in every form, and how it can. Taurus, the star system alignment, come forward. Starting with the throat all the way to the crown. How do we guard against negative thoughts for Taurus at this time? Oh, I gotta draw the throat. The heart. Sacral. ꫻ᴴꫝ꫗, the vision. Sorry, the root. Come on, come on. I'm here. Throat, heart, sacral, solar. Thank you, ꫻ᴲꫝ. Hi, baby. We're right here on time. The root. The third eye. And the crown. How to guard against negative thoughts. How to guard against negative thoughts. Well, Taurus, what's starting with the base is that you have to walk. Walking is meditation for some. Walking is actually a health boost for most of them. But how do you guard against negative thoughts? You just go with not having them immediately. As soon as a negative thought comes across your mind, you've got to get up and move your body. And in a sense where you're not working up a sweat and you're just exhausted and then you got to lay back down again. If you want to do that, you can. But you've got to see yourself attracting good fortune. You've got to see yourself walking in as if you already own this. And this is what you're trying to own. Positivity in all forms. If you can repeat this to yourself or just clip these words. I attract good fortune like bees to honey. I am grateful for everything. Bless me always. How can we get to guard ourselves against negative thoughts? I hate to be honest, but I'm going to get this out the way because y'all not going to like it. Stop having sex with everyone. Everybody doesn't need a part of your body, let alone needs to see it on the internet. How are you going to marry somebody? A real man don't want anybody to see anything, to be honest. My husband goes so far, he's like, don't look at her. He don't want to know, he covers up my eyes all the time. Don't look at her. And it's just a joke, but seriously. Everybody is not for your body. And that's the tie that people don't really want to hear because you're screwing around and you're soul tying with devils, honestly. Then you don't know how to feel. You don't know how to act. You see them post or go somewhere with somebody and y'all not even together. You've got to give TLC and attraction to yourself rather than someone else. Also, hell, give new people a chance. You may have a memory of a geek or a nerd or somebody who just wasn't that girl, that boy during those times. And now they're the world. They got it going on. You don't know what people are capable of. So give people a new chance. especially if you are trying to expand your horizons. This actually comes through with a memory that if you are not able to guard your thoughts from some sort of negativity, this is because something happened in your life where you feel let down and you can't. It just can't happen. So if you feel that way, you have to start listening. You're being too hard-headed with yourself. And I'm not talking about listening to me. You have to listen to yourself. It's an instinct that's telling you, hey, spit out that negative thing, and you do it. But if the universe says, hey, compliment or give positive influence, you resist and you ignore it. For the heart, how to emphasize a sense of purity, innocence, and magnetism. Well, it's going to start with duality, okay? And not duality in a form where you're naked going forward. No. It's all about how you walk with yourself and how confident you feel. It's popping out of the water literally like a dolphin and not caring who's around because it's your frequency that's here. I'm here. You walk in a room, I know for me, and the whole vibe shifts. It's like, what did I do? I'm here. That's it. Understanding that your duality starts with pure confidence on how you respect yourself and how you want others to look at you. Not putting something out there to have the probability for something to have negative happen to you. It's magnetism. What do you want to come to be attracted to you? You've got accountability at this time. You've got the miracle in the tree. And then you've got beyond. Uwa Alanja. I always have problems with that. My apologies. But if you can't be in love with the energy of self, then how are you going to expect it to grow in a form where you can even understand purity in its form? It's not about going to church and drinking the blood and eating the flesh. It may be for some, but really that's not going to get you to the next ascension. What's going to get you to that next ascension is understanding that you are a part of this co-creation and that you have to really plant yourself to see it grow into something better. This is how you get some sort of magnetism to come in innocence. You're going to breathe. You're going to stop. You're going to take this accountability for things that you have been avoiding. You have the energy to do it, and it feels like for a few, you've been avoiding a lot of stuff that has hindered you, that has put some sort of blockage on you, just by you, nobody else. We got to stop blaming people for curses and shit that can be put on. You do what you got to do. You go see an elder, and that's it. That shit doesn't exist. Nobody has power over you but yourself and the Creator. If you can come to this conclusion and understand that you are going to get purity and magnetism attraction just by realizing you're not from this planet, just by realizing that we are spirits. We're stuck in a body that either we do good or we do bad with. And then and only then we can have elements of life that are real to understand. That's what you need for the heart, Taurus. We're moving on to the sacral. Oshun is justice. Sacral is how to let love and compassion radiate from within. How to let love and compassion radiate within. How can we let love, compassion, and radiate within? Well, I'll tell you this, Taurus, because you're here to hear this. Sarina Awa. Forget it. The nurturer is here. It's too early. I'm not perfect, right? But the Taurus card is here for you to see. Taurus, there's always something to celebrate. There's always a time to celebrate, even when you don't have anything around you, because you're created. You're a part of the earth. You're a part of this world. And you actually have some sort of cycle in the nature of rebirth. This is the way you're going to let love radiate within, is to understand that you are physically a part of nature. Even when you go out and sit, it's not just me. All Tauruses. You can go out and sit in the grass and you'll hear birds, you'll hear animals will walk up, bugs, stuff will just starting to be attracted. Why? Because you're attracted. Sorry, I'm sounding like these people here. Something will always be attracted. Why? Because you're a wizard. You move to maintain stages. The Taurus earth energy only should be moving in balance to what fits, to what ignites energy. That's how you radiate truly within, in the magnificent of the Hierophant. Can I ask you a question and leave it here, Taurus friends? How can you get love to radiate within? Here's a question for you. Where does the truth lie, and can you recognize it? Moving on to the solar part of our world and mind, tell us more. How to let love in, what to do to regulate primal needs in order to maintain health. What to do to maintain primal needs, to regulate primal needs in order to maintain health. Okay? Well, it starts with seeing things that you refuse to do in this moment. The moon card is here, Cancer. The truth is being illuminated to you at this time, but it's what you're working with to get organized. Do you do WebMD? Do you go on YouTube University? Have you been to a doctor or even a farmer's market recently? However you look at it, it's something in the perception that you need to see that you may be avoiding. You've got loyalty, you've got spirit, and protection. Well, God, by golly, you've got it. Taurus, what do we do to regulate primal needs in order to maintain health? You've got to know you're protected first, okay? What you have to know is that you are. Regardless of race, religion, color, or creed, we started with somebody protecting us doing something. And we know that just by the natures of law. The snow, the wind, the hail, when it's not man-made, right? But first things first is starting to know that you are protected. That's the spirit that works. And then walking in that spirit to know that you're protected. You got to take better health of self. But it's really seeing that you can't think that you're not going to get better, because you won't. It's truly an act in unplanning, because we don't know what's happening. But because we're alchemists, we can always come up with something. Whether it's a home remedy, whether it's just being more loyal to yourself to get healthy. But at this time, the way that you can get your primal needs in order is to be loyal to yourself. And it may trigger some, but this is a mirror right now that needs to become. It's a mirror right now because you may want to have grandchildren see grow up. Even if you are afraid of the doctor, start being more loyal to yourself and do something medicinal. Everything doesn't require a pill, but especially if it's depression, flowers are a great help here. You've got to see yourself deserving and needing to receive, rather than waiting for somebody to call 1-800-FLOWERS on DoorDash, baby. How can we? That is how you let love and compassion radiate with, maintain health and needs. Maintain health and needs. I'm getting tripped up here because I'm getting sleepy again. My apologies. Here we go. How to relax and let tension reduce karma in a world of entanglements. How to relax and reduce karma, reduce tension, to reduce karma in a world full of entanglements. What to do to relax tension and in order to reduce karma in a world full of entanglements. The base is saying that you have risen again. We're not going to go there because I don't want to offend. But you can rise just like the next man, all right? The resurrection is here and it's happening to you. You can rebuild yourself just in the nick of time, every time, Pooh. Even if you have to wait a day, you are always going to be okay, right? Because karma doesn't want to come to a person who's trying to eat right? Who knows that they can repeat positive things, I can, every day of their life. Who realizes that they were born in some sort of magical form and they're able to have prosperity because you want to be genuine. But what's really happening is raise your motherfucking vibration. How do we raise our vibration? I can't tell you because it's different for every person. But it's the vices that you do that's not in moderation, that's an addiction. It's the vices that you do where you don't feel so good the next day and you're not being productive. So to celebrate sometimes really doesn't have to involve a party setting, but it's just you raising the vibration that you are the party already. Every time you walk, every time you move, it's like music is walking, jamming. You are the mood. And to understand that this is what's going to get some sort of technology to come back, because it's a sentiment of being we have to respond to as humans, right? We still have to be and do human shit no matter what they try to take with AI over us, okay? Food meditation is one way how you're going to get out of some sort of karma entanglement. And I want to say this to everybody, just in this instance, because it's not for everybody, but just as a collective. It's hard to not eat right. But when it comes to speaking what you want over your life, you got to do that. We used to be vegan, and now I'm going back, right? I didn't say we, I said I. Speak up for the radiance of what you want to receive in your life. Not everybody gets to do what you want to do, and or not everybody cares as much as you. It's about I speak to receive. Speak in order to see that how you can get karmic energy away from you is to be genuine. And that's honesty. The next one is the crown. No. We're at the third eye. How to induce visions of the past, present, and future. All right, sorry. I should have brought a water, but I'm almost through. All right, Aries, you're back up you're on the deck. You're on deck next. How to induce visions in the past, present, and future. How to induce visions in the past, present, and future. It's time to speak up for a few people. You may have been meek, mild, and shy your whole life. And for a few, it's time to speak up, and this is how it's going to come through at an instant at this time. You've got the gateway, you've got Ososi, and you got Eaton. This is so funny. All three cards the same exact way, I think, for the last reading. So how do we induce visions of the past, present, and future? It's actually starting with seeing. You got to literally see. You know, if you roll your eyes in the back of the head while you meditate or right before you sleep, like you can see a little light. You can see something that's different. Not everybody can meditate the same, but when it's really time to get away, you've got to let your mind do its thing. And it's in a point where either you can see the magic in your mindset or the sorcery. Either way it goes, in order to see past, present, and visions, you gotta pause. You gotta pause to see things with love. You gotta pause to seduce yourself to see this to get done. Because we're so caught up in things that people have done in the past, we can't move forward. We're so afraid of the future that we can't enjoy the present moment. It goes round and around where we're constantly in a worry. The past, present, and future doesn't want us to regret all these things that we asked for. We are currently living in this moment, but we don't understand that we have the power in our own soul to either do good, to do bad, or to have a direction like come at us fast. Everything that's produced in this world are symbols and signs every time. You can pay attention to the driver's license number in front of you. A message when you just look over and it's the number 6. Somebody smiles at you when you were just thinking of negative shit. There are symbols all around this planet. But it's about you really seeing and envisioning yourself as some sort of visionarius, some sort of clairvoyant. I'm not telling you to go around and read things incorrectly. What I'm telling you is to go around and understand you are the attraction. So let nature have it. Let nature have its way. We are here. Ooh, we at the crown chakra, my dear. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. How can we strive fully to realize the divinity within? How can we strive fully to realize the divinity within? How can we strive fully to realize the divinity within? Final card. Thank you for the likes. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. I need you to see this starts with ꪻᴴꫝ꫗. This is the temperance. This is Sagittarius. And this is also healing. So how can we see the divinity within? Well, we got to heal from shit that we didn't as a kid. And I'm talking all of that stuff, right? Wisdom only comes off the cuff. Wisdom only comes from the behavior of adults. And you can see who had problems as children. They're on the internet wreaking havoc or just being normal. They're nobody, right? I feel like if you can understand that the things that happened in our life in the past was for us to change. Numu Nomu is always here to let us see that we are all intertwined with each other, right? We all came from the same scene off the same energy. We came from that same place doesn't mean we landed in the same way. You got people operating on nothing but demon time and they look miserable. You can see their health declining. You've got people that's operating on sweet love and purity, and you can see they look like children and they're going on in their 70s. However you understand, things happen to us for us to change. We were starting as children to get the divinity brought into us because we would talk to people who weren't there. We would understand that we would have sympathy for Billy or Tracy because she fell on her knee over there when we were children now. And as we grew up, that's when the anger and the shit that's negative began to be taught. Then we don't know how to radiate or regulate ourselves anymore. The divinity is within, and this is a call to action right now. Aoife is back in the building. What did I tell you? Taurus, Aries, we make up series. We are not like everybody else, and that's what needs to be understood honestly. You can only grow from things that hurt you. That's how you create divinity and a new you. Witchy, I don't believe you. Just give it a try. You've been so mean, so miserable, and wreaking havoc day and night. Give yourself 24 hours of just being kind. If I'm lying, I'm fucking dying, all right? But I need you to see this is the balance that's being asked right now. It's magic. How you can get this done is realizing that you can be hard without offending anyone. And you can also be hard in protecting yourself and still walk in love. There's really a thin line between being gentle and kind. But to have balance, if you walk in that light, it will be all the time. The final card to end this on the crown chakra, how you strive fully to realize your divinity within is to have compassion. We lack that with each other, and we lack that with ourselves, to be honest here. You've got to build a strong foundation in a sense of higher self. This is how we get to ascend to different stages as to where somebody calls you ugly or it doesn't offend you. Somebody cut you off in traffic and you didn't even recognize it. It's the little things of building a stronger temperament. It's how you fully come to the divinity that people are going to throw stones. They're going to throw literally shit like the crazy people at the house. They're going to wipe the walls with it, right? That doesn't mean you have to react to any of it. Because you can do things properly, as the Caucasian peoples do, and sue the hell out of somebody, right? Or you can do what you need to do streetwise if you're that girl or that guy. But it never should come to something that's going to hurt you and the karmic energy that you provide. I'm going to leave you with this question, and I need you to ask yourself this. How can you build a strong foundation to ascend to the higher stages if you're always addressing minuscule shit? Here's a boost of energy because it's Friday. I'm out the windowsill. Thank you for being here. I just got goosebumps at the end. For whoever is maybe crying or shedding a tear because they're just now understanding, let it all out. You can scream, you can shout, you can get up and dance and move around. But during this witching hour, know that you're balanced. Know that you have power. And know that it's not about what people throw, say, or do to you. You've got to have compassion. This is the new world order. We are the new world. We are the new kids. And we are the ones that will meet and inherit the earth in the end. Because I'm not fucking lying, my friends. Number 17 equals 8. We are always going to be together, whether here in the body or in spirit. Not everybody, just the righteous. Affirmation for today. I love playing the wonder-filled game of life creatively. I love playing the wonder-filled game of life creatively. Today, realize that nature is on your side. You don't have to have anybody agree with you or give you validation in life. But if you want to be genuine, you want to be prosperous, know that it starts with building yourself. I say, ashe, my poo friends.